Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another evening edition of the Grow Rich, Grow Happy Crypto Show. Guys, I love weekends. This is not a weekend, but over this past weekend, I've had a chance to deep dive into not only crypto, but the emotions that drive crypto and the people, major people, influencers. I'm a studier of people, human emotion, human psychology. I study these things because they help me make better decisions, and they help me not do the things that some other people do. I study people in my own life. Those that know me know that I study people. I know why people do things they do and say the things that they say, and I act accordingly. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about XRP, Brad Garlinghouse, Michael Saylor, things like that. But this is mainly about XRP, the digital reset that's coming, and something that Michael Saylor did recently that kind of says, does he hold XRP? Was he thinking about holding XRP? Well, we're going to talk about that, guys. But the first thing I need you to do for me is smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos, and get you a cold storage wallet, get you a Tangent cold storage wallet to be more precise. And I have a 10% discount down below. That 10% does go to support the channel, everything we do, but you see right now, and mainly the behind the scenes work that goes on here. Grow Rich, Grow Happy. Also swing over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Check out my book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth, so that you can overcome yourself and just start living that life that God wants you to live. And it's all about crypto, but it's teaching you to get out your own way. Now, if you pick up the paperback edition over on growrichgrowhappy.com, you will get a exit strategy absolutely free. But I have to keep telling you, before you buy the paperback edition, add the exit strategy to your order as well, and it will not charge you for the exit strategy. And then you will get a download link so that you can download your exit strategy. Now, for those of you that have already purchased the paperback, but you did not download your exit strategy, just send my team an email. You can go and send us an email, and they will make sure that you get another link so that you can download your exit strategy. They do expire after 30 days, so make sure you're downloading it on your computer or your device. All right, guys, so let's jump over here and let's talk some crypto. First, we're going to jump over here, and we're going to talk about what Michael Saylor said on November 14th, considering the market. Now, let's get his perspective on things, guys. Let me make sure I got this right. And this is 7 minutes, but I'm only going to play a minute because he took care of it right away.
Saylor is here, strategy founder and executive chairman. Good morning to you. What do you think? 150 by the end of the year? What do you think's happening here?
You know, I think we all want to go to the moon, but if you want to ride the rocket, you got to be prepared to pull the G's. Over 5 years, Bitcoin's had like 6 brutal drawdowns. If you roll the clock back 13 months, we were sitting around 68,000. And then after the Trump election, we had this incredible rally from 68 to 106,000 in 5 weeks. If you go back 14 months, we were about 55,000. And so if you'd said we're going to go from 55,000 to 94,000 in 14 months, that would have exceeded any reasonable investor's expectations. Over 5 years, Bitcoin's up about 50% a year on average for the 5 years. Gold and S&P are setting the cost capped at 14%. My company's strategy is up 71%, equivalent to NVIDIA. There's no other stock in the S&P that's done any better. So I think the volatility comes with the territory. If you're going to be a Bitcoin investor, you need a 4-year time horizon, and you need to be prepared to handle the volatility in this market.
Ain't that amazing, guys? Now, he's saying that if you want to be an investor in Bitcoin, you're going to have to lock it in for at least 4 years. Isn't that kind of what I've always stressed on this channel, guys? That to be financially free from everything, I say that you need to get serious about cryptocurrency for at least 4 years. 4 years can free you. I truly believe that, guys. So that's right on par with what he's saying. So he's saying all of this about Bitcoin in the 4-year deal. I'm saying apply that to all crypto. Now, not just any crypto, though. Pay attention to the ones we discuss on this channel. But it ain't just those. Make sure that your crypto has a movement. My book discusses movement-based cryptos. And you have to first get out your own way so that you can get in on assets like this because all of your habits that you have in life are going to show up in your portfolio. Meaning that if you're an impatient person and you get down on yourself in a lot of situations and the glass is never half full, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do the same thing in your investments. You're going to look in your investments like right now. You're going to see things are dramatically down and you're going to say, why did I even invest in crypto? And you're either going to sell because Christmas is coming, or you're not going to invest more because the glass is half empty. It is, the bottom's falling out the market. Crypto is not going to do all these things that Mr. Forsyth and many other influencers out there, or people like Michael Saylor, who has what, billions? Is he a billionaire? I don't know. But he's calm and cool. And a lot of you may say that's because he has a lot of money. He doesn't have to worry. But I say it's more than that, because he's dumped a boatload into Bitcoin. He's still calm and cool. So it's all about perspective. Change your perspective, you change your life. Gonna continue. So I wanted to show you that mainly. I thought I already liked on that. But I follow Michael Saylor over on X. Make sure you follow me on X as well, at Mr. Forsyth 64. Now I go down here and he posted this as well, November 14th. And that is a sinking ship. He says, I'm holding. He's holding, of course, Bitcoin. Sees the Bitcoin ship going down, and he says, you know what? I'm not going down. Well, I'm just going to jump over here in this life raft, and I'm going to continue like nothing has happened, because I am a warrior. Similar to the warriors here, the free thinkers, I call us. So we're gonna jump, because there's another perspective on this. Because I jump over here. Make sure you follow this guy as well. I follow X Finance Bull, and he drops a lot of wisdom over on X as well. But look what he said, and he used AI to do something else. I'm going to show you this first. So he shows that life raft going over to XRP. Now I'm going to continue. Check this out. So he says, read the signs. What signs? Bitcoin maxis would tell you, and they do, any type of maxi is a bad maxi. I'm just going to tell you, any type of maxi is a bad maxi because you can't get out your own way. But they would tell you XRP is a joke. Not only that, they'll tell you a lot of crypto is a joke. Matter of fact, they will tell you that if it's not Bitcoin, nothing else matters until they're forced to switch sides. That's true. Saylor literally posted himself escaping a sinking ship, which is Bitcoin. We all know that. They're preparing for the utility era, one where speculation dies and real infrastructure wins. We see the shift. We talk about the ISO compliant assets on this channel. You see everything that matters. You see the cryptocurrencies with the movement. Yet some of you might be ignoring them. Some of you might be going down in a ship like that with your meme coins, stuff like that that has no inherent value. But we're going to continue. I'm going to stay off the meme coins. All right. They're preparing for a utility era. Yes, they are. We see the infrastructure being made. One where speculation dies and real infrastructure wins. Ripple built the XPR or the XRP or the, XRP. I know the XPR people going to say, you knew it. But the XRP ledger to fix broken global systems. I laugh at myself all the time. Gotta laugh at yourself, right? But anyway, that $20 trillion capital wave forming in the US. It'll need American made rails. That's XRP and Zebic. I'm gonna say Zebic. Make sure you watch my Zebic video that I just posted. Boom. Just posted it up there. It was a past video. But anyway, you worried about XRP price going down? I'm not. My whole wallet is down. I probably can't even afford the ice cream right now, but I don't care. I'm still trying to buy some more assets. But anyway, Don't let fear blind you while institutions position in silence. You won't get another invitation this loud. And make sure you check out my first video of the day where we was talking about the market and how this is the greatest opportunity that people will have this lifetime. Trust me. I always say trust me. And I always say you don't trust somebody who say trust me. But anyway, continue. Repost this so no one you care about sleeps on XRP. Follow the deep dive truths they'll wish you saw sooner. Now, from that, I'm jump over here one more because I'm over on my Instagram as well. Hope you hear my Rottweilers up there. They so noisy. But anyway, back to this. Ripple CEO explains why XRP has huge value, and this is for the unaffiliated. Why you need to pay attention. Pay attention. Listen to this.
XRP is like a Bitcoin. It's a digital asset. It's today the third most valuable digital asset. And what we do is we take a transaction between banks, and instead of having a bank pre-fund an account at the other bank, which is how correspondent banking works today, the Bank of Brad in dollars would pre-fund to the Bank of Julia, perhaps in pounds, and then I would debit and credit that. But that means I have to pre-fund and have dormant capital sitting at that other bank. What we allow banks to do, allow payment providers to do, is to tap into the liquidity of XRP liquidity. So today there's lots of liquidity between XRP and US dollar. There's lots of liquidity between XRP and British pound. And you could tap into that to move value in real time, in seconds. And even compared to Bitcoin, which takes up to 12 minutes to complete one transaction, XRP is extremely fast at about 3 seconds per transaction. That has meant XRP is extremely scalable in contrast to how Bitcoin works. The consumer itself doesn't actually see that it's flowing through XRP to solve the problem. What the consumer sees is simply a better product at a better price.
The reset is
happening. That's all I'm going to say. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well, as I'm always posting there. I love Instagram. Grow Rich, Grow Happy. You can find me over there on that. But we're going to jump over here because it's like he's saying. Now, check this out. Basically, in a nutshell, for those who are unaffiliated, XRP is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not designed to do the things that XRP is or that XRP does. It fulfills a need. It is a utility-based asset. Bitcoin is digital gold. That's why if it drops down to 10,000, I probably will have like one kidney or something because I will sell it to grab a few Bitcoins because I want to stash it. All jokes aside. But anyway, back to this. So I look at XRP right now, $2.14. They can call it a bear. They can call it whatever they want. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. But XRP to me is still that asset that you do not touch. Anything you add to it. So $2.14 over the last month. Look at this beat down, guys. Look at this beat down. But guess what? Bitcoin's getting beat down too. What I wanted to show you is these are the things you have to pay attention to, especially when you're doing research. Look at the voices. Look at the Michael Saylors. Even though he's talking about Bitcoin and, you know, you got your Bitcoin maxis, but you got to zoom out and look at the bigger picture of what he's talking about. What he's talking about, the 4 years of Bitcoin and how you have to prepare for the G's because it's going to go up and it's going to go down. It's going to go up. That's the entire crypto market. So if he's saying that somebody investing in Bitcoin should lock in for 4 years, and I'm telling you that you should just lock into crypto for at least give it 4 years. But it's not one of those 4 years where I'm just going to buy, I'm just going to throw it away. Yes, some assets are like that in crypto. You can buy and just throw it away, or not throw it away, but put it in your tangent, and just hold it there and say, you know what? I'll check back in 4 years. Check back all in between that though. Then you could be financially free. I say could because you have to hold the right assets, guys. This is not about holding anything. Look at the utility-based cryptos that are on a movement, compliance. Look at things like Casper. I'm going to say Casper. I know a lot of you are angry because Casper wasn't on my top 5, but that had nothing to do with Casper. Look at the Tau token, AI. It's a lot of things. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm not going to let you guys down. I'm going to keep studying this market, looking at the bigger picture, zooming out, looking at the bigger picture, keeping it simple so that you guys can get in and save your family. Make some generational wealth. I don't belay when I say that. I just don't throw that out there. But to the next one, make sure you share these videos, guys. Visit growrichgrowhappy.com. Got a lot of things over there, a lot of educational materials. I'm out.
My heart